I'm excited about another Monday School, another opportunity to share with you some strategies that will help you to live better, achieve more, and to do it using biblical concepts, precepts, and strategies that we learn right from the Bible and from faith lessons. I'm so excited about the opportunity to be on air with you again. I'm a little earlier today than usual because I have a television show that's going to be airing tonight live, and I need to be on air at the time we are going to be usually do the Google Hangout. So I said I'd do it a little earlier. And for those who can access it earlier, great. And for those who usually come at 8 o'clock, you'll get access to it as well. So praise the Lord. God bless you. Hope you're ready to keep going on this lesson we've been talking about, which is how to live better, achieve more using biblical principles. And we've been talking about the power of the P's and the lessons we can learn just from the words that come from the letter P. And I shared this message as I told you last week, and for those who are just joining us, what we've been talking about over the last few weeks, I shared this message originally about 20 years ago and haven't shared it anymore. I went on to other messages, other programs, other ideas, new books, things that I was growing to, maturing to. But this message came back to my memory a few weeks ago when I was doing 72 Hours of Power. And it was so well received. So many people talked about how it impacted their lives that I said, wow, maybe I should share this with more folks and do it again. So that is why we're talking about it now. And so I want to encourage everybody to remember that these are Monday night sessions. Monday school is like Sunday school, but on a Monday. I also want to encourage everybody to share these links to go to your friends. We want to grow this community of faith. We want to grow this community of people. So please share with folks. And finally, I encourage you, please, if you can, to make a donation to jollygoodnews.org. jollygoodnews.org. We can start to do some of these programs like giving books to people in prisons, Books Beyond Bars program, or our youth videos in schools. I want to get one in every school in the country, and I need your help to do that and to grow this. It's a real ministry. It's just a unique new ministry. It's not in a church. It's not in a traditional ministry, but it is a ministry. I love the idea of the Good Samaritan. The Good Samaritan was a minister. He ministered to the person he met on the road to the road that he was traveling, and the man had been robbed and beaten and left for dead. And so the Good Samaritan came along and helped him. Now, a priest had passed him by, thinking he was drunk. A rabbi had passed him by, thinking he was intoxicated or just out of it. But this man, a Samaritan, not a priest or pastor or minister, but someone who just had a heart to serve, stopped, took the man, put him on his animal, took him to the local inn, worked on him, helped him to start to recover, and told the innkeeper, take care of him, and whatever it costs, I will come and pay afterward. Didn't know him from Adam. And that's ministry. And each one of you can minister to others. You can minister to others by helping others, loving on people. Just love on them. Help them when they're in need. Help them when they're struggling, when they're challenged. And so that's why this ministry is a unique ministry, is what I've been working on for a number of years. People say, you're a motivational speaker. Yes, that's true. And yet you have a degree in theology, yeah, a doctorate in ministry, yeah, but you don't pastor a church. I've seen ministry from day one. And I gave my first speech over 20 years ago as a way to get my message to people in a non-traditional way. Maybe some of those who would never go into a church, some of them who despise or dispel the church mindset. But I'm a believer that God is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all we can begin to think or imagine, if we're willing to trust him and use whatever he has given us to do his work and do his will. We are his hands and feet here on the earth. So this is ministry. So I want you to support this, if you would, this ministry at Jolly Good News. My goal is to impact people globally with this message of hope, possibility, and how to help them live better and achieve more using biblical principles. And we're going to reach the world. We're going to reach the world through television and through books and through these messages online and through radio. So I'm grateful my radio show now is doing exceptionally well on Sirius XM, and my radio show, daily radio show, we want to expand to more stations across America and around the world. So we're going to be really pushing hard, and I need your help. So jollygoodnews.org, just make a donation, whatever the Lord leads or whatever puts on your heart to donate, we appreciate it. Let's go back to these P's and let's jump back in them and share some more ideas about the power of the P's. The first P we really wanted to focus on was the P called positive thinking. You must maintain a positive mindset if you're going to be successful, if you're going to live better, if you're going to achieve more. You must have a positive mindset. You know, in the book, the Power of Positive Thinking by Dr. Norman Vincent Peale. Dr. Peale became a superstar in the motivational industry. He was a minister. He was a minister of the Marble Collegiate Church in New York City. But he wrote this book, The Power of Positive Thinking, and it transformed people globally. And he continued speaking until he was in his late 90s. And he started all sorts of programs and magazines and impacting resources that had a great resource for people to change their thinking and change their lives. I remember my aunt telling me one time how the Power of Positive Thinking was a book that changed her life, Wow. So you got to be positive. And it's hard to be positive in a negative world. The first thing we all hear every morning is how many people got killed, how many fires there were, how many challenges there are in the world, how many new terroristic threats. That is why you must make a commitment to start your day with the pure, the powerful, and the positive. It's on you. You can't control what happens around you. You can't control what happens to you, but you've got complete control over what happens in you. And that is something that you can feed, you can build, you can grow. You can grow your positive thinking, a positive attitude. I'm encouraging you to work on that every day. Here's one of the steps I found to jumpstart your positive attitude. Make a commitment every day that you're going to say good morning to at least 10 people. Good morning to at least 10 people. Start it tomorrow morning. Try it. 30 days. Just try it. Say good morning to 10 people. The first 10 people you see every morning, say good morning. Now, some of them might say good morning back to you. They might be surprised, but they'll say, oh, good morning. Some of them will say nothing back to you. And some might say, what's good about it? Why are you even saying that to me? But just keep doing it at least 10 times. Now, people will say nothing. People will say, what's good about it? And some might be rude. When I was in New York City one time, I got on a bus. I was going from New Jersey to New York City in the morning, and I said, good morning, everybody got on the bus. And they looked at me like I had two heads, because that was not something they were used to. Because there's a culture sometimes in certain areas where people don't talk to each other. They don't say anything to each other. They don't even make eye contact. But I still said good morning to these folks. And you know what? Many of them said nothing back. You know what? I didn't care. And I don't want you to care when people don't say anything back, or they say what's good about it or anything else. You keep saying it. Why? Don't care about what they say or what they do, because it's not for them. It's for you. Or if they get a result from it, they get some blessing from it, great. But you're not saying the 10 times for them. You're saying it for you. I say it 10 times every day for me, because I've heard it by that time 10 times. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. By the 10th time I've said it, I'm saying it with energy and enthusiasm. Enthusiasm, by the way, is the word entheos, taken from the word entheos, which means the God within. You're stroking, you're stirring up that God within. You're moving that thing around. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Woo! By the time I get to the 10th one, I'm about ready to jump up in the ground and jump off the ledge and go all and fly, because I've said it. Now, scripture says that faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So the more you hear it and hear positive things in your ear, that's why I would encourage you to read the word every morning. Read Proverbs. There's one for every day of the week. There are 31 of them. So there's one for every day of the month. Read one every morning. I read today the second proverb. Okay, the second proverb is Proverb number 2. I read a proverb every day, and I do it over and over every month. And every month I see something new. Something new strikes me. Wow. Why didn't I see that last month? Because I'm still growing. I'm still stretching. My mind is still being exposed, even at this point in my life. And I believe I got a lot of life left. I believe I'm young. I believe I got a lot of life left to live. And one man said to me, he said, you know, isn't it interesting that we have more life behind it than we have in front of us? I said, I don't know that. I'm not making that claim. I said, I might live, you know, I'm 58. I might live another 58 years. I'm not even going to expect when I'm going to die. When I die, I'll die. But until then, I'm expecting to keep living. And I'm going to live as long as God gives me life to live. And so I'm saying that to say you got to be positive and be expecting good things. I am expecting good about the day. Every day I'm excited. I'm young. I'm vivacious. I'm full of energy. I'm enthusiastic. I'm excited about the rest of my life. I don't believe in getting old, because that's a mindset. You know, we started this whole concept of this Monday school of the one of the early messages with the man I met in the gym who was 63, and he was in the sauna and I was in the sauna, and he was wailing or crying or bemoaning the fact that he was 63, and he said he was old. I said, old? You're not old. He said, oh yes, I'm an old man. I said, no, not really. And he just kept going. I let him be. I gave him a few ideas. He felt better, but I still let him go with that way. I said, I'm not old. No, I'm young. And then that same week, later that same week, when I went to the 95th birthday party of my homeroom teacher from junior high school. And I asked her, you know, when will you be old? She said, I don't know. I don't know what age or old age come. I like to ask people when old age is coming, because when do they think of old age? When I was 20, I thought old age might be 60. Now that I'm in my 50s, old age is in the late 80s or 90s. And when I'm 90, I might think old age is when you're 105, 110. I don't know. But what there was a study that was shown that said that most people who have some positive outlook or a positive outlook, they think old age is at least 20 years past whatever age they are. Well, I'm even beyond that. I don't know when old age is coming. I love my teacher. She was 95, still out on the dance floor that night doing the wobble. I mean, she was dancing and doing the electric slide. She said, I don't know when old age is. I'm not even thinking about being old. That's how I want you to think. Be positive. Have a positive mindset, a positive expectation that this is your year to live. This is your year to be great. This is your year to do great things. Positive expectation. Even when things are going tough, even when challenges come your way. I shared on one of my radio shows today the story of, you've heard maybe, you might not have heard it, about the positive thinking old mule. The farmer said, this mule is no good. It's old. I'm going to get rid of it. And he said, I'm going to throw it in an old well, the old abandoned well, and throw dirt on it until it's no longer alive. He put it down in the well and started throwing dirt on it. But that positive thinking mule, every time the dirt would hit his back, it would shake it off. And he'd step on top of the dirt. And then next shovel full of dirt thrown on his back, he'd shake it off. And he'd step up on top of it. He kept doing it and kept on doing it and kept on doing it. Kept stepping up. And eventually he got up to the top of the well. He got out that well and he ran on off to freedom, and he continued to be productive because he had a positive mindset. Let me tell you, folks, people are going to throw negative on you. They're going to talk about negative. They're going to do negative to you, but you must be positive. You must let that positive become your stepping stone. When people give you positive, shake it off and step on top of it and move on. A friend of mine called me today. He said, Willie, I've got to talk to you. I said, what's going on? I'd seen him and talked to him at least when I was in Florida. He's in Miami, and I called him and said, I'm in Miami. You've always asked me when I'm in Miami, you want to have dinner with me. He wanted to take me to a Cuban restaurant. He said, this new job, I just got this new job, and I got to work weekends, I got to work nights, and I just don't have time to come see you. And he said something to me. I fear that I might be giving away my future just for my present. He said, but no, I don't know. He said, I got to do this job. And so he didn't have time to come. And I said, no problem. Look, we'll get together later. I just wanted to call you as I promised you I would when I was in the area. Well, he called me today and said, they let me go. And my response was, as I say to every single solitary person who tells me that someone let them go, that they got fired. I said, good. He said, what? I said, good. Good, good, good. That's what I said, good, 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 good. I said, because if I hadn't gotten fired from my job in the nightclub and replaced by a karaoke machine, I would never have given my first speech. And if I'd never given that first speech, I would have not known about the gift that God had inside of me that had to be uncovered. And I would never continue to speak. And I would have never written a book. And I would have never done radio, television. I wouldn't be doing this Google Hangout right now. I said, so that was good that I got fired. It exposed and shared some new things that God had for me to do. I just had to find them. I had to discover them. I had to learn what was inside of me, that there was potential, there was giftings inside of me I didn't even know I had. I was settling for the present to ignore the future. And I told them the story about my cousin and how one day she called me and said, I just got fired. I said, good. And she said, what? What are you saying? How can you say that to me? I said, good. And she said, but I said, I told her the same story about my getting fired and how it changed my life. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. I said, just stay positive. She called me 2 weeks later. She said, you're not going to believe it. I said, yes, I will. Whatever you're going to say, I'm going to believe it. She said, I just got a new job paying $10,000 more than the former job, closer to home, with greater health benefits, greater retirement package. It's just fantastic. The people are nice. I love it. And she's still there now. That's been years. And so I said to this gentleman in Miami, I said, good, good. Whatever they're paying you is not enough. You're settling for pennies when you can make dollars. And he said, well, I'm making $100,000. I said, then you got $1 million in you. Just be positive. Look at this setback as a setup for your comeback. And look back at what you learned in the 3 months you've been there. What can you use from that? God is setting you up for something greater. That your situations right now are just preparation for the better that's coming down the road. That the problems you're having today are just situations for your better coming down the road. Stay positive. Stay positive in every part of your life. Make a commitment to think positive, act positive, do positive. Keep doing good. You know, do not grow weary in well-doing. That's what Galatians 6:9 says. Do not grow weary in well-doing, for in due season you will reap if you don't give up. Just stay positive. I'm encouraging you to stay positive even in tough times. How do you stay positive? Start with the good morning. Every day, good morning, and then read a proverb every day. And go to my Facebook page and get one of the positive motivational messages that we put on Facebook every day. And if you're in the Washington area, you can listen to WHUR every morning with my message every morning right before Steve Harvey at 5:50. If you're not in Washington, you can go to WH as in Harry, U as in umbrella, R as in Robert.com and listen in online and hear my message every morning. Or you can also we're going to start our new website is going to be launched next week. And we'll be starting putting up my television spots on my website on my 1 minute Live Better with Willie Jolly segments every day. We'll put them on my Jolly Good News. In fact, you can go to jollygoodnews.org right now. You know, the one I told you about earlier, where I'd love you to go and donate. We put up a television spot. All of this is just to bless people. And that's why I'm grateful. Any blessings you want to share back with me and donations, because we realize as you give, so shall it be given back to you. Press down, shaken together, overflowing. There's more than enough if you have a positive mindset, if you have an abundance mindset. Someone asked me one day, they said, you know, you help a lot of speakers. You have a speaker boot camp, you have speaker trainings, you help speakers to become speakers, but they're your competition. And I remember something Les Brown said to me, and why Les Brown has been so successful over the years. He said, Willie, there's more than enough for everyone. Have an abundance mindset. An abundance mindset says this is a word of abundance. He said, I come so you will have life more abundantly. That there's more than enough. There's overflowing, not restrictive, but abundance. So I want you to have an abundant mindset, a positive mindset. How do you do it? You know, one of the things I want to do as a speaker, I want to make sure I don't just tell you to do something, but I'm also going to tell you how to do it, because often we found that people will tell you to be positive, but they don't tell you how to be positive. They'll tell you to have faith, but they don't tell you how to have faith. So I hope that I can tell you in this Monday school how to do some of the things so that they are step by step. So I've already told you, say good morning to at least 10 people. I already told you to read a proverb every day. I already told you to go to my Facebook page or go to my WHUR to listen to positive motivation to get your mind inspired. I also want to encourage you to listen to some positive, uplifting music that blesses you. I listen to a song every day called You Gotta Keep Kicking. It's from a Money Making Music and Motivation album that was written by Tony Taylor. And it's a positive, upbeat song to tell you gotta keep kicking. And in fact, I'm going to re-release the whole album and the book this year in the music book form that was released 20 years ago, because it was so profound and so unique that I think now with the internet, we didn't have that 20 years ago. We can impact more people. But it's a song that talks about the fact that you got to keep kicking, and every time I listen to it, it lifts my spirits. I remember one time I was about to speak at an evening event, and I was in the hotel, and a movie was on, and I had some time to share. I was there all day, and I was flipping channel, and I saw the movie Selena, about the Mexican Hispanic beautiful young lady. I think it was Jennifer Lopez, is one of her first movies that she started. But this was about a young lady who became a star in the Hispanic Mexican music world. And she was just fantastic. And one of her fans was so overzealous, killed her. I don't know what, got angry about some fan club or something, and shot her and killed her. And by the time the movie ended, I was so low, I was so down, I was so depressed. Oh, that is a sad story. And I got to speak in about an hour and a half. Oh my goodness, what am I going to do? And I said, what am I going to do? I felt so sad. And I said, oh, music. And I put on that music. Gotta keep getting lifted. My spirit. You know the Bible. There's the story of David and Saul. And Saul would have this depressive spirit that would overtake him. He probably was suffering from depression. That's probably what it was. They just called it a cloud that was, and we know a lot of people who have depression. And it's a real thing, whether you're bipolar, whether you have a struggle with depression. And the Bible says that David would come and play the harp and lift Saul's spirit. You know, music settles the savage beast. That's what they say. But I do know that music blessed my spirit that day. It lifted my spirit. And I would say for you who might be suffering with depression, you're trying to find some way to get past the medication. I'm not telling you not to take your medication. I'm telling you there's maybe some music. I encourage you to try that money making music. Go to the williejolly.com/free and listen to some of the music excerpts. Get that and start listening. I had one lady, I was speaking at NASA, and she had gotten the music in my package that I sold, and she said, I have been suffering with depression for so long, and I started listening to your music, and I started feeling better every day. She said, I don't even need my medication anymore. I feel so much better. Just turn on the music. So what I'm saying, these are ways that will help you to create a positive spirit, a positive outlook, a positive uplook, a positive inlook, and that you will be excited about life. Be positive. Read the book, The Power of Positive Thinking. If you've never read that book, read it. And then Les Brown said this book, It Only Takes a Minute to Change Your Life, is a book that would help you if you've been struggling with your attitude, having a positive attitude. Just have a positive attitude. There's one piece in here that said the sun always shines, but some days the clouds cover up the sunshine. No matter how positive you are, it is important association with those who are positive, who encourage you rather than those who are negative and discourage you. There are two types of people in life, those who add to you and those who subtract from you. Those who deposit to give you a deposit in you, and those who withdraw from you. I mean, you must decide which one you want to hang around with. It's like a bank account. People will either deposit and add to your dreams, or they will subtract and take from your dreams. If the negative naysayers continue to take and withdraw from your dreams, eventually your dreams will come up insufficient funds. The next step is bankruptcy, giving up on your dream. Then you start to settle for what life throws at you instead of determining your own destiny. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is it. Follow your dreams. Hang on to your dreams and be positive in spite, in the face of negative people. I'm telling you, this book is one after another, little ideas that will help you. And you can see it only took me a minute to read that. A whole book of 1 minute messages. This is one I love too, about the fact that you got to stay positive even in challenging uncomfortable, difficult times. Be optimistic. As you develop a positive mental attitude, you will also develop optimism. Optimism is the attitude that expects good things to happen and the ability to believe that positive things are going to result from your actions. If you're optimistic, you develop a sense of expectancy to see the good in things rather than the bad. As you develop your positive mental attitude, remember to remain optimistic. Look for the rainbow, and know you can't have a rainbow unless it rains. I like to use a phrase I heard Zig Ziglar say one time. I'm so optimistic that I'm going fishing for Moby Dick in a rowboat, and I'm taking the tartar sauce with me. Stay positive. And remember that it's the positive thinker that most often sees the invisible, feels the intangible, and achieves the impossible. Get this book when you get a chance. Go on my website. Go to Jolly Good News. I think you can get the book there, but go to williejolly.com. It only takes a minute to change your life book. It will give you positive messages that are great for you to read one every day. Just make a commitment to be positive. And in spite of the negative and all the negative news, when you're positive, your life will change. You know, Larry Winget, a friend of mine, said, are you always going to have great results when you're positive? He said, no, you'll still have some failures, some rejection. He said, but I can guarantee one thing. You'll get greater results from being positive than from being negative. And I concur wholeheartedly. I encourage you to work on being positive. The power of the P is being positive. Make a commitment to being positive. Work on being positive. Hang around positive. If they're negative, stay away from them. They're impacting your future. They're impacting your dreams. They're impacting your life. They're impacting your income. Be positive. Stay positive. Work on it. So let's go back over your homework. That if you're going to be positive, one, say good morning to 10 people. I want you to email me and let me know what the impact you see. Number two, I want you to read a proverb every day. One, so you'll get wisdom and get positive thinking. Read the book, A Power of Positive Thinking. Go to my Facebook page and listen to some of my motivational messages from the book. It only takes a minute to change your life. Also, I want you to also go listen to WHUR if you're in the Washington area, or WHUR.com if you're around the world, around the globe, every morning at about 5:50 a.m. Eastern Time. And then make sure next week you're right here for this Google Hangout. And make sure that you listen to my XM show on weekends on channel 141 at 4 o'clock on Saturdays, and replays Monday morning at 8 o'clock or Wednesday morning at 11 o'clock. And stay tuned for more from Jolly Good News. We're going to be having Jolly Good News Television. Whoo! I'm so excited about it. Jolly Good News Television is on the way. And you're going to be able to get Jolly Good News every day on your smartphone, on your tablet, on your computer. You'll get television and radio. It will be positive. That will bless your heart. Well, our time is just about up. So I'll close out with these things I want you to remember. That all things work together for good for them that love the Lord and are the called according to his purposes. You are the called, and everything's going to work together for your good. Have faith. Keep trusting God. Keep moving forward. Stay positive and stay in faith, because God's got the best for you. The best is yet to come. Just believe it, expect it, and you'll see it. I want you again to go to jollygoodnews.org and watch some of the clips. And if you are able, if God has blessed you, which he has, because you already got a computer because you're online, or you got a smartphone, or you got somebody to access this. If he's blessed you, which he has, then we ask that you, and if this has blessed you, which I hope it has, then I'd like you to make a donation. Whatever you can donate. Just say, you know what? I'm sure Willie that I'm with him in this. I'm standing with him on getting these books into prisons, Setbacks Set Up for Comeback, and the Books Beyond Bars program into prisons, and then getting these youth videos. The youth video is, let's see, where's the youth video? Youth video is Dare to Dream, Dare to Win, getting it into every school in America. I had a teacher call me today, and we're getting her a copy for her class of some challenging students. So we want to get every school to have that as a resource to help keep young folks from being able to having to go to prison, and then that will eliminate them having to read the Setbacks Set Up for a Comeback book or have Books Beyond Bars, because they won't go there in the first place. So that's our goal. Would you help me? I appreciate it if you would. God bless you. Thank you so much for your time. My time is up. It's time to go. I'm going to the television station to do the television show, and so I hope you will stay connected. Remember, your best is yet to come. Remember, I love you, and God loves you. And share that love with others. Minister to somebody today by giving them some love. This is Dr. Willie Jolly. Remember, your best is yet to come. God bless you. Have a great day.